It was probably the darkest time in my life.
Scott is 5 years sober, now a taxi driver after a cocaine addiction left him close to death.
I'd been on a drink and drugs bender for 4 days before Christmas, and I stood in my living room looking at my kids, and I was numb with emotion. I wasn't able to feel love for them. That was like a dagger to the heart. I knew deep down that I was in trouble.
And he now helps others in trouble with a recovery group forced to take matters into his own hands in a country riddled with crisis.
It's horrific that we're still losing people. But I've got a message to the addicts and stuff like that. When the government's going to keep burying the sand, people like myself and the recovery groups are going to be there for everybody, and we'll try our best to save lives.
Scotland has a shameful record, worse than England, the worst in Europe. And the latest figures lay bare a truly grim picture. 1,172 people died in 2023. That is up 12% on the previous year. And it's the first time in 3 years that there's been an increase. Claims the government funding and solutions are failing.
These tragic, horrendous figures today serve to illustrate the importance and underline the importance of the investment and the programme that we are engaged in.
I don't understand though, and the people who've lost loved ones will not understand why you can't just say you've failed.
Because for those that have died, of course, my heart goes out to them. Of course, there is a profound apology.
So why not just say you failed? Because then you might get more respect from families who've lost loved ones if you say, look, we've got it wrong.
Because I believe that the programme that we're embarked upon is the right one.
Heroin and methadone are among the most deadly, but the growing killer is the cocktail of fake super-strength street substances. Fentanyl and a horse tranquilizer now included in the potent mix.
The risk is that more of these substances start to enter the drugs market in Scotland that are more potent than other drugs that people might be using, and they're unknown. So there is the risk there for people that their risk of overdose is then greater increased.
This annual depressing drumbeat of drugs deaths is now firmly etched in the calendar of a country where there remains serious questions over whether it will ever get a grip of a toxic addiction. Connor Gillies, Sky News, Glasgow.